fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let's go get our bag. Kona. Hi guys. Hi Ali. Bây giờ tổ chức có phải về Blue Submarine. Đi xe cơ thế.
White compartment. Those are the emergency compartments. Should those pop open during the tour, the first thing you're going to want to grab is this aviation-style life vest. We're in Hawaii. Everybody's been on a plane before, right? We've all seen this. All right, same as on the plane. They tell you put the head through the hole. Those straps go down the back. Once you got them clipped to the D-ring in the front there, you're going to tighten up using the yellow tab. Once you got that thing tightened up, remember you're inside a submarine.
Where are you guys? The submarine. Yeah, we're in the submarine. Submarine. Having fun? Yeah. Oh, look, the fish.
Ali, no, you stay in your seat.
Ali, sit right down.
Stay in your seat, okay?
Stay right here.
Oh, this is your
The speakers above your heads there, and you're going to hear the underwater telephone in use as well, and I'll explain what that all means in a moment. So I'll switch over and I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Surface Atlantis 9, comms check on the underwater telephone. We have you loud and clear as well. Our vents are secured, we are positive, and we're cruising over the reef. Thank you.
Okay, so that's how we communicate down here, and we are not attached by any wires or cables. That is actually sound waves being sent through the water from a transducer hanging over the side of the boat you guys just rode out onto, a transducer located on top of the submarine. Now I will ask for those of us with cell phones on the tour today, keep an eye on them for me, all right? If you're getting any bars down here, if you're sending or receiving text messages, please talk to me after the tour. Let me know who the heck your carrier is. I would love to switch over. All right? So here we are down on the reef. I'm gonna try explaining stuff as we go down here. Some of the things that have fun stories attached to them, or I find interesting, or things that are easy for me to point out to you guys that I think you can notice as we go. I'll start by telling you there are 690 different species of fish currently recognized in Hawaiian Islands. I do know every last one of them, English and Latin names, but we've only got about 30 minutes together down here, so we're not going to have that discussion. So as we go, again, got most of what you're going to hear today anyway, so fire away with questions. There's a lot of knowledge on board, by the way. Jason's been doing this a long time. Jess is actually a marine scientist, our pilot. If I can't answer a question for you guys, she'll give you a long, boring answer, but we can run through that if you'd like. And if we can't come up with an answer for you, by the way, on board, we can use the underwater telephone. We'll have Google it topside. We'll get you an answer. Well, we've come right into another school here. We're traveling pretty quickly here. I'll tell you about this bright yellow school in a minute, and I'll finish up on those awama. You guys see the bright yellow fish both sides? Those are called ta'ape. Ta'ape right there. That was a pretty big school, yeah? I'm guessing that was a public school. Just the facts. All right, well, we ran right through those very quickly as well. So I'll go back to the awama. That first group of fish we saw, the reason I like to point those out if I see them down here is because they're known as the nightmare fish. It's a weird nickname. Also, when they get larger in Hawaiian, they're known as veke. Veke, loosely translated, means opening. Those fish were used in opening of the mine ceremonies in the old days. The reason they're called a nightmare fish is because of the chemical in their brains. If you eat that fish's head, you're going to have bad nightmares from it. If you eat enough of those fish heads, you're going to start to hallucinate. That's what they used to eat fish. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I also understand those fish were actually pretty popular here in the islands in the 60s and 70s as well. That's the awama. And then on to the ta'ape. You can still see some of the ta'ape back there over there on the port side, that big school. Those are known as a blue-lined snapper. I don't know if you guys got a close look at them. They got blue lines running down their sides. That's where they get that name, blue line snapper. You guys want to hear about the ta'ape, by the way? You want the story on those guys? Yeah. You want the long or the short version? Those spikes are actually made of the same thing the corals are made out of. It's calcium carbonate. They're really brittle. If you end up with that in you, if you've never had that before, it's uncomfortable. And one of the ways actually you can treat it is you can soak your hand or foot in vinegar, wherever the spike is. Soak it as long as you can, and the vinegar is actually going to break down the calcium carbonate, and your body will actually absorb that. They can't pull them out with tweezers. Oh, that's a giant trevally in front of you guys. You guys see that big great fish? That was what we call an ulua here. That is one of the top sport fish here in the islands. To locals, it's a bigger deal to catch an ulua than a marlin by far. Now you got to catch one of those from shore. If it's over 100 pounds on a rod and reel, you are right into the record books here. So before that came through, yeah, I was talking about the vana. So soak your hand or foot in vinegar, you get rid of those spikes. I will tell you, if you get those spikes... Now people say those are man-eaters, guys. That's not true. They actually prefer women and children, by the way, okay? That's a white-tip reef shark. Now, it's kind of rare to see that, especially that type, guys, because that's one of the few sharks that actually can go to sleep on the bottom. They have a special muscle underneath their mouth that allows them to pump water across their gills. So generally, they hide during the day. They sleep in dark places and come out at night looking for food. By the way, that's a shipwreck over there, guys. Sorry, I forgot to mention it. Our pilot's actually releasing air on purpose right now because we're heading up. That air is going to go up to the surface in the form of a lot of bubbles. They call it the footprint of the submarine. So that goes up to the surface. It marks where we are down here. They can't see us at all. So she told them generally where we were. If anybody saw that small boat tied to the submarine before we came down the skiff, that's racing over.
Woki nyokin pelu hotel no kana. Woki no tatar na. Allison, you like the turtle?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Oh, fish stick out his head. Oh, eating grass.
Ito pa siya itong. That's the ocean all the way over there. That's the ocean line. All the way over there. That's town down there. All the town. Down here. All the way over there. Really, you having fun? Yeah? You having fun? Yeah? The Battle of the Wailuku River. The Wailuku River.